Traveling around the world is a dream I share with millions. But the nightmare is to be forced to relocate, to be displaced, and along the way, lose your belongings, your dreams of education and career, and to be torn apart from your beloved ones. I come from Syria, from a big family, in which many used to live, work, and study abroad. But I had no idea that by the time, they of course inspired me to follow their steps. And I had no clue that by the time I'd be able to follow their footsteps, my life would take such a drastic, unexpected turn. War starts in Syria and invades our lives and crushes our dreams. And the next thing I know, I had to leave. Later on, so did my family, leading us to be separated in 3 different countries, unable to gather, disadvantaged the right to gather for the past 2 years. Now, to be displaced means you lose a lot of your rights. And the one that could affect your life the most is the freedom of movement. The lack of this freedom leads to many preventions. To be blocked from a family life, or a job, or an education that could ultimately enhance quality of life. According to the UNHCR, Syria tops world's list for forcibly displaced after 4 years of conflict. These 4 long years of ongoing war has been described as the worst humanitarian crisis since World War II. Now, according to the USAID, in this slide, if you see the red color, the red part, this represents how many lives are affected by war in Syria out of 23 million. How many people are in need of humanitarian assistance? How many people had to leave their homes and maybe never have the chance to go back? Before the war, almost most of Syria's children were enrolled in primary schools. But now, according to Save the Children, a charity organization, almost more than 50% of Syria's children are not attending schools. This whole generation missing out on education will lead to a scary future of literacy rate, unemployment, and most probably and dangerously more violence. Even those who manage somehow to pursue education are faced with visa regulations and restrictions, depriving them of one last hope to move on. Families escaping for their lives are ending up on different continents. And again, visa restrictions and bureaucracy are eliminating them from each other. Add to it our basic instinct of survival, and you would be amazed by the actions people are taking to reach a safe shore. And of course, traffickers are the ones taking advantage of their circumstances, ditching them in the middle of nowhere while crossing EU borders, leading them back to the starting point after robbing their life savings, crowding hundreds of them on boats, on lifeboats, and turning the Mediterranean into a graveyard for migrants trying to reach safety. Now, according to the UN, states shall have the right to choose who crosses their borders. But at the same time, it called on nations to allow in anyone whose fundamental human rights are at stake, unless they pose a threat to the well-being of others. So governments don't always represent their citizens. And if bureaucracy and politics are the reason why this crisis is not being acknowledged or handled, then it's in the hand of the public, who might have different backgrounds, different beliefs, different cultures. But don't we all share humanity? Now, I never thought this would happen to me, and I still can't believe it. I had to leave where I grew up, where I have 13 cousins. But destruction can lead to creation. So here I am today, living in Antalya, Turkey, and I have opportunities to keep me going. I am proud of every experience I gained along my challenging journey. If it is the people I've met while living here, or starting to learn Turkish and recognizing the similarities with Arabic, the numerous similarities, or having the opportunity to change so many falsified perspectives by the media about my culture. And most importantly, adding one more member to my family. But unfortunately, not every migrant have the chance or the opportunity or the choice to stop them, to prevent them from taking the life-risking alternative, or avoid enduring the imprisoning life of refugee camps. While living in Antalya, I've met people from around the world, and I've always shared my story, and I've always appreciated their sympathetic reactions and reprehensible views towards their government's lack of action. And here I am today, taking a bigger step to raise awareness, to shed a light on this crisis, hoping to shake people out of apathy towards what is not affecting them personally and directly. I believe it is incomprehensible. It is inhumane to be forbidden or even humiliated because you want to take an extra step in a specific direction on our earth, or even if you need it, not just want it, just because of where you were born. Humans were here long before borders came to exist. Humans, human lives before borders. Thank you.